That was quite a performance. Here with us now, Republican Senator from Wyoming, Vice Chairman of the Senate Republican Conference, Senator John Barrasso. Senator, great to have you back with us.
Thanks for having me. Great to see you. Great book.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah. My best to your wife, Bobby. She requested a copy of the book. She must be mistaken about
Senator,
who I
that
am
means
or
the first tough question out of the box is going to be, what's your favorite color?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He buttered me up. Let's talk about the clip we just saw there. What do you make of the White House claims that, as they say, foreign money is stealing democracy, this money that's going into Republican campaigns? How do you answer that?
They're desperate. They're trying to distract from the fact that the American people are worried about the economy, the jobs, the economy, the debt, the spending, 9.6% unemployment. The president's having a town hall meeting today with youth, 19% unemployment in the young people around the country. They're doing anything they can to distract, try to distract. The American people are not going to be distracted.
Senator, you are a practicing physician, an orthopedic surgeon. And when people look at politics, when they read about politics coming out of Washington, they see the Democrats proposing A and the Republicans saying no to A, B, whatever it is. Is there anything in your experience as a politician and as an orthopedic surgeon, anything at all, one thing in this health care bill that you approve?
Oh, there are things that I wanted to improve that are already in the bill. You talk about young people trying to be able to stay on their parents' plan. I think we need to do that. We need to work with pre-existing conditions. Our state in Wyoming has done a program like that. But when you put 2,700 pages in a bill together, which Nancy Pelosi says, you know, first you have to pass it before you get to find out what's in it. You know, that's not the way to go. And now with this, the president's broken promise, he said if you like the health care you have, you can keep it. They took 2 pages of the bill, blew it up into 121 pages of rules and regulations, and that's why now it looks like over half of the people in the country that get their health care insurance through work are not going to be able to keep what they have, even though they like it. I mean, that's the problem, is that you really didn't have an opportunity to amend. I brought amendment after amendment to the floor. All of them were rejected. It was take it all or leave it. No real working together. And that's the problem, because we do need health care reform. We need better solutions. So what we need to do is repeal this mess and replace it with something that works.
In terms of the health care reform, you talk about people not being able to afford their health care, especially from work. A lot of the problem is people are underinsured. There are companies that offer them insurance, but if they were to have a catastrophic illness, it's not really going to pay for that. What's the way forward on that? Because the reality is, for people to really be insured, at some point that premium is going to have to go up for themselves or their companies. What's the best way to resolve that indifference?
Because this health care law, as you know, is actually going to raise insurance premiums higher than if nothing was passed at all. I brought a number of proposals to the White House meeting that we had with the president. He rejected all of those. In some places you say just do catastrophic for everybody, then have health savings accounts for others. Let people join and small businesses join together for insurance. You have to do something about lawsuit abuse, which wasn't covered. And then what I think you really need to do is let people that buy insurance personally get the same tax advantages that the big companies, and let people buy insurance across state lines. That'll increase competition and give people a better bargaining power.
Senator, let me ask you, so let's look to November 3rd. Let's say the Republicans do take over Congress. What's the first thing you think that the Republican Party should do with its presumed new majority?
Well, Barack Obama is still going to be president no matter what happens with the elections this November. So it's really a two-election cycle where we need to make sure, in my opinion, that the president is no longer the president 2 years from now. We need to make sure that we prevent the Obama tax hikes that are going to go into play on January 1st. You know, I don't know why the president let Congress go home without voting on these tax hikes that are. That's why people aren't creating jobs in America. There's too much uncertainty.
So the agenda is no and stop. No to President Obama and stop the so-called Obama agenda.
Let people keep more of their own money. Let people make decisions. Don't let the government make those decisions. The president says we have a lot of better ways to spend the money. It's not the president's money. The money belongs to the American people.
Can I ask a practical question right now? There's bickering going on right now when the Democrats have the House and the Senate. Probably the Democrats will hold on to the Senate, probably, and there will probably be a narrow majority for the Republicans in the House. And obviously the president staying the president. You talk about a two-election cycle coming up. How is anything going to get done when you've got these fighting groups that are basically not talking to each other and are not on the same page and looking towards 2012 as opposed to looking exactly where we are in 2010.
Historically in the Senate, things get done more when it's 52 to 48 one way or the other, and the president needs to come back to where the American people are. He's turned into a tax and spend liberal president, and what we need to do is get the president moving much more to the center, which is where the American people are. We are a right-center nation, and that's the way the president ought to be governing the nation.
All right, Senator Barrasso, great to see you up in New York. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Willie.
And please have your wife improve her taste in literature. She can do much better, although I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Coming up next.